Welcome to Rick Drasin Live. I actually used to have a show like that, a long time ago on EmpowerMe.tv, but that was for a year and a half, and now I have my YouTube, as you guys know, but now I'm live on Facebook once a week, or once a day, or once every other day, or once a king, always a king, but once a night's enough. So, this is my friend Tatovic. She's an actress, a wrestler, martial arts, producer, director, writer,
and many more.
And many more. She's a good friend of mine, been friends for a long time, and I want her to come on here with me to help me read any comments that might pop up, and I see them starting to come on now.
Yeah, quickly.
Wow. Yeah, I know. What I want to talk about a little bit is hormones, because hormone replacement therapy is pretty predominant nowadays, and there's clinics all around called like the Man Clinic over at Woodland Hills for guys that lose testosterone as they get older. And this is a very common thing to happen at the age of 40 on. You lose 1% per year. And losing that means that your skin starts to wrinkle, your bones start to get brittle, and you start to bend over when you walk, which is not a bad thing, because when I lean over, I always find money on the ground. But it does make a difference in your well-being, because our hormones are what make us function. And I have friends that are much older who don't take them. They're old men at the age of 50 or 60. I mean, like really old men. They don't want to do anything. They want to get off the couch. They can't move. They're sore. They're brittle, and they're not aging well at all. And the same thing happens to women, you know?
Yeah.
You know, estrogen is a very big part of women's hormones. And as women get older and they have to do the estrogen replacement, it helps a lot. Mm-hmm. Because those who don't, like my mother, grew a beard. She had a little beard going because of lack of estrogen. But it's I'm not really joking about it. It's a serious thing, and it does make a difference in how your hormones and how your body functions. Now, I take a replacement. I do 1 cc of testosterone per week. Now, you're going to say, oh, my God, he's taking steroids. Well, it's not the same. It is a steroid. Yes, it is, but it's also testosterone, which your body makes by itself. However, as you get older, it doesn't make it on its own. Therefore, you need to take a supplement to keep it going. Did you know this?
No, I didn't know any of this.
You're learning everything from the Rick.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here.
Well, the thing is that it makes a difference in not just your weight training and your looks, but it makes a difference in how you feel when you get up in the morning, your energy level for sure. My son's 38. He was low. He's on. He says, he's never felt better. And he's working out. I said, as long as you're taking it, work out. Get some benefit out of it. Increases your appetite, feeling of well-being. It thins your fat off your muscle, off your body. It makes your muscle harder, and it just gets you in better shape. So there's nothing wrong with taking it. They do have testosterone boosters. You can buy tablets over the counter, but they're worthless. They don't do anything.
Why not?
It just don't work. I've tried them. They don't do anything. It's just a way of making money.
Oh, okay.
The real deal is what really works. And also with growth hormones, which I don't know how good those really are. The anti-aging doctors put people on them. They're supposed to retard your growth or your aging and make you young again, but it takes a long time. This is something you stay on year-round, and eventually in about 3 or 4 years, you don't really get any older. You look the same, I think. But it has its benefits. However, there's peptides out nowadays, one called sermorelin, which mimics your growth hormones. And I got it from my doctor over at the Man Clinic, Dr. Eric Fong, and he has me on it for 3 months. And you do like 1 IU a night in your stomach like you would insulin.
Really?
Not your stomach, but your fat.
Okay.
If you have any fat. Under the skin, let's just put it there.
Okay. And
it makes you sleep better. And when you sleep better, you recover better. So I took the first couple of nights, and I slept so sound that I never woke up until 5 in the morning, which is very unusual for me. And then I had like a hangover the next day for about 2 hours. I was so groggy. So I cut it back a little bit, but it does work. And I do feel a difference in the gym.
Good.
So, and it's not a steroid, it's a peptide. It's a big difference there. But the hormone replacement, a lot of you men ask me about this, and I know you're having problems with it. And you don't believe these doctors are real. There's some around that are quacks, and they make their own stuff, but there's also good ones. And I know that the Man Clinic over at Woodland Hills, the guy's real. It's a real doctor. He does your blood test. He doesn't give you anything without checking you. So
that's good to know.
It is good to know, because there's a lot of bogus stuff out there you can buy at the gym, you know, and you might be injecting salad oil or something. Now, we have some questions on there, and since you have great eyes, what does that question say?
Okay, let's see here, you guys. Okay, so Raymond is asking, does testosterone make a man's hair fall out, and does it give you side effects?
Well, nothing noticeable. I know that when I took it. No, I'm kidding. Testosterone, yes, it can make your hair fall out. And at the age of around 40, it will get thin. But you just shave your head like I do, and you're fine. Side effects, there's really no serious side effects other than acne. You take it in moderation. Of course, anything that you take in abundance, you're going to have a side effect. You can take aspirin 10 times a day and get really sick and have a side effect. I remember hearing about a model who drank too much water and she died from it.
I heard about that too, actually.
Yeah. So there is side effects to everything. Testosterone in moderation will not hurt you at all. If you're not worried about your hair thinning, and it might not, then there's things you can take for that as well that they have out on the market. I'm not quite sure what they are, but I know people do take it. Looks like there's another one up there right above that.
Okay, let's
see that one? Here.
Yeah.
Oh, you
just scroll up just a second.
Well, let's see if we have any more up there. Oh, here we go, right there.
Okay, Jeff Powers. All right, Jeff Powers is asking, can that cause or attribute to heart disease and blood pressure? And that's his worry. He's 58 years old.
58 years old? Well, I have a cardiologist over in Beverly Hills, and he knows exactly what I'm taking. And he told me that testosterone would actually help my heart. I have an AFib, which is an irregular heartbeat, but he said, you have no problem taking that at all. As far as blood pressure, if you take an abundance of anything, it can raise your blood pressure as far as stuff like that. But mine's been actually low since I've been on it. I get a little bit lightheaded because it's like 116/65. And that's pretty low.
That's kind of low.
That's kind of low.
That's kind of low.
But no, we've done some research over the years around the country, people who've gotten sick or died of testosterone steroids, and there's none. I mean, there's none. If you hear about it and you think it is that, it's usually something else. With WWE guys, they said, oh, he's taking steroids. Chances are it was alcohol and pain pills, because usually that's what they contribute that to.
That's a combination.
It's a combination.
Yeah.
It's not the steroids at all. We have another one here too, I think. This guy right here. Is hormone therapy expensive? I don't think it is. I think it's somewhere around $200 a month. And, you can spend that on a dinner on a Saturday night if you go where I go, which I'd rather not spend it on, but that's all right. That's the way it goes. And $200 a month to to feel better, feel younger, feel more solid, and feel healthier is well worth it, because you can certainly waste $200 on something else, like a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
They don't fit.
People do that.
Yeah, I did too. I bought some in China and they didn't fit me.
Yeah. Let's go down to some more comments.
Yeah.
Let's go down.
Okay. Cholesterol.
Question mark.
Yeah. My cholesterol is normal, and I've been taking stuff for years. And I asked my doctor about that too, and he says, people think that you eat eggs and you eat red meat and you eat fats, your cholesterol jumps up, but it really doesn't. Eggs do not contribute to cholesterol. It's usually made within yourself. It's usually a genetic thing that you have that creates high cholesterol. And eating fats and taking testosterone, mine is exactly perfect, and I've never had a problem with it. I think what raises cholesterol is eating sugar and storing it as fat.
Now, what about egg yolk?
Yolks?
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem.
Nope.
So why do people think that?
Because it's a fallacy. Everybody wants to order the egg whites. It was a trend for a while on some of these fad diets. They have to have egg whites, but you're missing the good part of the egg, and the yolk is the best part. That's what has all the vitamins. It has lecithin, which burns fat, and it's good for you. So you eat the whole egg. I remember back in the day, Ed Giuliani and some of the guys were eating 2 dozen eggs a day. Nobody had high cholesterol, but they had good gains in their workouts because the yolk was used as fat to burn.
Okay.
So it's really not a problem.
Okay.
And I'm not yoking around.
Neither am I.
Okay. So let's see, we have some more up here.
Okay.
Oh, Tribulus.
Tribulus.
Have I heard of Tribulus? Yeah, I took it. I took it for like 3 months. Did it work? I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember feeling anything different from it. I was doing testosterone at the time too, so maybe it worked with it. But like I say, the boosters themselves don't seem to do much good. You can get the gel pack for testosterone, or the cream that they rub on. It's measured in a little tiny tube, and you can rub that under your arm, or you can rub it in your groin once a day. That helps. That way you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to take it orally. Some people are afraid of needles. Doesn't seem to bother me. But the cream works. That's pretty good stuff too. You have to get it from a doctor regardless. What do we got here? Got something else down here? Thanks for your reply, Rick, and the lovely lady there. Thank you from London. Thank you from London. That's very nice of you.
Yes.
That was Tribulus. No, I don't see
two questions about Tribulus.
Yeah, 2 questions about Tribulus. Working out and eating red meat can also raise your testosterone levels if they're low. And the best thing to do, if you feel that you have a problem, go get it checked. Get a blood test. They can tell you right there. These clinics that are around, like Man Clinic, they'll test your blood. You'll know in 20 minutes if it's high or low or whatever it is. You need to be around 400 to 600 to be normal. I've seen people, like when I had pneumonia last year and I came out of the hospital, I think I was at 179, which is like really low.
Yeah.
and I felt it. I felt like terrible. But since I kicked it up, I've had it as high as 2,200.
Really?
Yeah, I had it way up there. I don't know how I got up there, but it did. I couldn't even reach it. It was so high. And the same thing with estrogen. Women, too, they should go in and get hormones checked and have a physical. It's a good thing to do, because if it isn't proper, if your hormones are off, you're going to gain body fat, you're going to gain weight, you're going to start looking at yourself in the mirror, and everything's going to sag, and you think, what's going on with me? Yeah. Something's wrong with my metabolism.
So at what age do you recommend most women?
I would say at least 30.
Okay.
At least 30. Because women seem to gain weight quicker than men do. Have you noticed
That's
that?
true. Absolutely.
You don't.
Well, that's because I take care of myself, so
yeah,
there's a difference.
She eats like every meal right on the money. Is perfect.
I eat rabbit food.
It's perfect. You eat perfect.
Yeah.
You do. You don't have any sugars or sweets or desserts or anything, do you?
No, not unless I eat fruit. That's pretty much where I get all my sugar intake.
Do you think the fruit counts?
I think it does.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. When I was
I stay away from fruit juice, however.
Because it added sugar.
Yeah.
I was training at Steve Davis's gym back in the 80s, and I was ripped, and there was a fruit stand at the end of his street, way out there in Pacoima, and of course you could buy a bunch of fruit for little to no money. And I'd buy peaches and oranges and bananas and apples and grapes, and I would eat them every afternoon. I got ripped on that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it was so delicious. I mean, the fruit during the summer was so good that it made me feel good. But I was training hard too. But now it's like I'm limiting all the sugar. You basically eat omelets.
I stay away from egg yolk. Going back to egg yolk, I eat egg whites only. But yeah, omelets and scrambled eggs, and I make sure I get all my fruits and vegetables. And I don't do salt.
No, I don't do salt. And you recently lost 10 pounds.
I was at 147, and I'm at 122 right now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'm in between like 121 and like 125.
And you're training every day?
Every single day, except Sundays. I have to have a day off.
Yeah, I go in on Sundays because nobody's in the gym.
Yeah.
If you have any more questions, send them in. I don't know if there are more here. I don't see any more.
What does it say?
Oh, the stuff you said that helped you sleep better. Well, I was talking about sermorelin. It's SEROMORELIN. It's a peptide, and it mimics growth hormone. It's safe. There's no side effects. If you do a Wikipedia, you'll see it's very safe. But it does make you sleep better. It's like a growth hormone, like I said. I take it at bedtime. You have to inject it with a little tiny needle right in your skin, and I sleep like a baby. I mean, well, babies do sleep all night. I mean, I don't get to go to the bathroom 5 times like I used to. Yeah, sometimes I cry.
Sometimes I get up at 5 a.m. and start crying.
Sometimes I cry and I have a wet diaper, but that doesn't matter. I'm sleeping better now. I wake up, I'm a little groggy for an hour because it's still in my system, but it's over a period of time, the doctor said, he says, you're going to see great results in the next few weeks or months because it works long term as far as your body muscularity. And what it does with muscle cells, which is really interesting, it doubles them. It doubles your muscle cells rather than if you take a steroid, your muscle cells get bigger and when you go off, they go down. But with sermorelin, it doubles it and they stay forever. And it doesn't affect the organs like a lot of the growth hormones and testosterone do as far as your growth, your organs inside getting bigger. That's why the guys have the big stomachs because their liver and their their intestines all grow, but this won't do that.
Okay.
So look it up, sermorelin, SERMORELIN. And I actually spelled it right. We have any more? I think I see another one up here. Oh, IGF. I took IGF. There's IGF-1 and there's IGF-1 LR3, and I had a lot of it. And I started taking it, and I instantly noticed a strength increase, and an increase in size and a difference in shape. IGF is the more advanced, how can I say this? It's growth hormone to the next level. And you don't have to take a lot of it. I would do 1 IU a day, usually at night or in the morning. It doesn't matter either way. And yes, I did notice a lot about it, but when I started reading about it, it said that it causes growth in everything, including your organs, and even if you have any type of cancer in your body or anything wrong, it will increase those cells. Yeah, it didn't sound good to me, and so I quit taking it, where the sermorelin doesn't do that. And I do have skin cancer, and I didn't want that to accelerate. And it did a little bit, and I don't know if it's from that or not, or just being outside. So it's hard to say. But it's pretty good. I think that's all of them.
Yeah, for now.
Oh, did I ever meet Arthur Jones? I met him once very briefly. He was a very interesting little guy. He kind of reminded me of an old-time actor. Arthur Jones invented the Nautilus machines. They're in a lot of the gyms. Nautilus, they're a cambered unit that when you pull it, it looks like a kidney. As you pull more, it gets more difficult because it's not a circle, it's an arc. So when you pull the cable down, it works your muscle all the way to the end, where before some of them don't, they give up at the end.
Oh,
and he developed these things. And the guy used to always carry a gun. He was kind of weird.
Why?
He was just bizarre.
People always threatening him?
Yeah, he had a lot of threats. And Casey Viator and some of the guys, the mentors, trained with him. And his system was, you do one set to failure. That's your workout, one set to failure. And that's it until you almost throw up. And they made good gains on it. I mean, it's like it worked pretty well. I think he's long gone by now. But interesting guy if you want to read up on him. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's it. And I don't want to talk your ear off, although I could. I also want to tell you that go to my Rick's Corner. I have new interviews all the time. I have a current one with Gene LaBelle, the toughest man alive. Very interesting man, very badass at 85 years old even. And their stories about him and Steven Seagal are true. I'm not going to say what they are now, but you can read up on it. Everybody knows about it here in Hollywood. I also have the Gold's Gym logo, if you can see this, that I draw and I sell on my website. It's personalized, signed to you, and signed by me, and it's a collector's item. It's a piece of art history from Gold's Gym that will go down in the books forever. After I'm long gone, this thing will still circulate. I've sold a couple of thousand of them. I have the rights to it, and I can send it to you. You can frame it, put it in your home gym, you put it in your wall, whatever, and it'll mean something someday to you. So go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and you can order that. You can order my book, The Time of My Life, that tells a lot of stories from the beginning of when I got into wrestling and music and bodybuilding and all the people I met along the way down in Gold's in Venice and all their stories, because there's some crazy suckers down there back in those days. What a life that was. And if you watch Pumping Iron, I watched it the other night for like the 5th time. Pumping Iron will tell you exactly, show you exactly what it like in Gold's Gym back in the 70s. That was it. Those were the guys we all trained with. That's what the gym was like. That's what the beach was like. There was nobody down there. I was there at the time. I was on a wrestling tour, and Arnold calls me one night. He says, hey, we're having a party tonight. Can you come bring your guitar? We're shooting a film. I didn't really care because I had no idea what Pumping Iron was, and I was going to give up a semi-main event Olympic auditorium and get paid to go somewhere for free and just sit there. So I missed the boat on that one, but that's okay. It's a good movie. It's fun to watch, and the characters are real. There's nothing BS about it. I think I see something else come up here. Let's see. Quick question. If you still have the time. I have nothing but time.
Okay. How can you hold as much muscle mass as possible when training naturally? I'm scared of losing weight along with my muscle mass.
Yeah, that's everybody's problem. I don't think you need to go by the scale, because the scale can make you feel really bad. I'm down right now to like 214 from 230, and I feel like skinny and fat. However, I'm not. And you go by the mirror. If you train hard, let's just say you're doing bicep. Bicep isn't a big muscle, and Dave Draper told me years ago, don't overtrain it, it'll shrink up. So you train it hard for maybe 3 exercises, 3 sets. So you got 9 sets total on your bicep twice a week. That's all you need. The rest is recovery time, and the rest is eating. You have to eat properly 4 or 5 times a day of high protein, low carb. And you can do this naturally. You don't have to take drugs in order to get huge like that. If you want to get big like the guys in the Olympia, then you got to take everything in the world, not only in shots, but with the enemas, as far as I'm concerned, which is not true. But you can hold on to it naturally if you train properly, you eat properly, and you got to get your rest. Recovery time is so important. I've just realized as I got older, I'm taking like every other day off, and I do cardio. I mean, so I'm not hitting the weights every day. My body it'll give out. Let's see what we got here.
Any more questions, you guys?
It's yesterday's, the video you advised 4 days a week of lifting. How did that split that up? You can split it up any way you want. I used to train with Bill Grant 4 days a week, and we do chest, back, and shoulders one day, legs and arms and necks, and then we take a day off. And we did chest, back, and shoulders one day, legs, arms, neck, then we take a day off, and then the 3rd day and we do it again, and the 4th day and do it again, and 2 days off. But you can do anything you want nowadays. I go in the gym. I went in this morning. I did chest and shoulders, because if you're working chest, your shoulders are involved. I might as well go finish all my laterals along with it, and then do my abs, and then go home. And tomorrow I'll go and do arms by themselves. Day before I did, or 2 days before I did back, and then I did legs, took a day off, because after legs you're drained. And you need that day off just to recover. So you can split up the 4 days however you want to do it. You can do a 7 to 9 day cycle. You don't have to do everything twice a week. Your body doesn't know the difference anyway. Your body knows it's going to work out, and if you get used to something, your body knows it's used to it, so you want to switch that up too and do different exercises. But 4 days a week, you can do it any way you want, and take those days off in between so you have the recovery time. And the other question people ask me, well, what do I do on my recovery day? Do I eat the same? Yeah, absolutely. You eat high protein, low carb, because you're feeding your body. It has to be fed all the time in order to stay in shape and to grow.
That's right.
It's a machine. It has to be done.
Yeah.
You don't want to run on an empty
An
stomach.
intelligent machine.
Very. And your mind tells your body what to do. I sat on my edge of my bed the other morning. I sat there and I'm thinking to myself, nobody's home except the animals, just me. And if my head doesn't say get up and go, it's not going to go. The body's going to sit there. And I said, it's just going to be lazy and sit there until I say, you got to get up. So I look at my feet, my legs, my arms, my shoulder. I said, okay, everybody up. And we all get up and go eat. So that's my take today. I'm glad to have you here. Don't think there's anything else. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, back in the day, did you train abs a lot?
Good question.
No, I didn't.
Still don't.
No, let me tell you something. When I was younger and I was living at home, I used to have my mom sit on my feet on the carpet in the living room, and I would do sit-ups. And sit-ups to a point where I'd rub a sore in my butt from the carpet. As you're moving up and down.
Yeah. Sit-ups
can really hurt your butt. I mean, on the ground if you're sitting, and it also is not good for your lower back.
No.
So I did them, and I was one of these guys that abs develop really fast. They get thick and big, and then my pants get tight, and then they don't look good. I don't like those big abs. So I narrowed it down to 100 reps every workout, mostly leg raises off the end of the bench, or you can take those straps you can hang from the chin-up bar that you hang in.
Absolutely.
Those are the best. Those are really good. If you can knock out 100 reps every other day, you're fine to go. Abs, you can't rip your abs and get tiny waist by working, and that's diet. But if you have good abs and you do work them, the diet will bring them out. So that's how you get abs. And I was just saying the other day, people take dumbbells and they do side bends like this.
Yeah.
With heavy dumbbells.
And can I just add pull-ups, you guys? Pull-ups are the best for your abs. They're so good.
It's using everything.
Yeah. Ever since I started training with Eric, I've never had abs, and I've been working on my whole life. And doing pull-ups is what got me there.
Yeah.
And,
they're good.
And you're using your abs.
And they're hard to do. And if you don't do pull-ups all the time, they go away. You have to stay on it.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, do your pull-ups.
Yeah, do them. And don't worry about the upper ab because that grows by itself. So be careful when you're doing something. Crunches are good with the rope with your knees on the ground. Those work really well. But I do like doing leg raises. I think leg raises for me are the best, and the hang and work your abs the best. Yeah. And the rest is all diet.
That's right.
We got anything?
Thank you very much, Rick.
All right, guys. I think I've talked long enough. Go to my website, rickdrasin.com. Go through it. There's all kinds of things on there. There's a lot of old photos from back in the day. Take a look at the artwork I sell for the Gold's Gym logo if you want to order it. You can order it direct from my website through PayPal, and I'll send it out to you. I probably have it a couple of days, and I send them out. And my book, Time of My Life, and you'll have a good time. And I'll be back on next week sometime when I'm back in the mood.
We're always in the mood.
Yeah. I have to have a little surgery next week in my hand, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
It's rickdrasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.